The delegates from the Galactic Empire arrived on Earth with their golden ships shining in the morning light. They landed at the new Space Center in Geneva, where Earth's leaders waited to meet them. Admiral Hannah Park stood tall as she watched the aliens step out of their ships. For 3 years, she had led a secret project after her team found pieces of an alien scout ship that crashed in the Arctic. The Empire did not know how much humans had learned from those pieces. "They look unimpressed with us," whispered Lieutenant Tae Kim beside her. "That's good," Hannah said quietly. "Let them think we are simple." High Commander Vex led the Imperial group. He was tall with silver skin and barely looked at the humans as he walked past. His translation device spoke his thoughts with clear disrespect. "The Empire welcomes Earth to the galactic community. You have reached a level of technology that gets our attention. We offer our protection if you give us resources and loyalty." President Kong smiled politely. "We are honored. Would you like to see what humans can offer to this arrangement?" The aliens were shown Earth's supposed basic technology. They nodded with bored faces as they toured facilities designed to look simple. The Empire delegates clearly thought humans were far behind their advanced civilization. The tour continued until they reached huge hangar doors in the Nevada complex. When the doors opened, the USS Blackstar was revealed. It was unlike any ship humans had built before. Its black hull seemed to swallow light rather than reflect it. "This is just our diplomatic vessel," Admiral Hannah explained. She watched the aliens' faces change slightly as they noticed the ship. Their scanning devices showed only basic systems. The Blackstar's real abilities were hidden behind special shielding that the Empire had never seen before. High Commander Vex looked at the ship and made a sound like a laugh. An acceptable attempt at a modern vessel. "Perhaps in another 100 years, you might build something worthy of the Empire's interest." Admiral Hannah and President Kong shared a quick look. Everything was going as planned. The Empire thought humans were weak and their technology simple. This mistake would cost them greatly. Later that night, after the Empire delegates returned to their ships, Admiral Hannah met with Captain June Lee in a secure room beneath the Nevada complex. "They believe exactly what we wanted them to believe," she told him. "They think we're at least 2 centuries behind their technology." Captain June nodded. "And the Blackstar's real systems?" "Completely hidden. Their scans showed nothing but conventional drives and basic weapons." Captain June walked to the window overlooking the Blackstar and its hangar. Workers moved around it, preparing the ship for its upcoming mission. "When do we leave?" "1 week," Admiral Hannah replied. "The Empire is sending a diplomatic escort to our system. 6 destroyers and a command cruiser to scare us into submission. And instead, we'll be following them home," June said with a slight smile. Admiral Hannah handed him a datapad. "These are your official orders. The Blackstar will track the Imperial ships back to their nearest base and gather intelligence on their defense systems and fleet movements." What the Empire delegates didn't know was that the Blackstar wasn't just Earth's first real spaceship. It was a revolutionary vessel using technology reverse-engineered from the crashed scout ship. Its quantum displacement drive could briefly shift the ship partially out of normal space, making it invisible to Imperial sensors. "What about weapons testing?" Captain June asked. "Authorized only if absolutely necessary. We want to remain unseen as long as possible." Captain June reviewed his crew list, the best pilots, engineers, and tactical officers Earth had to offer. They had trained for years in secret for this mission. As dawn broke over the Nevada desert, the Empire delegation prepared to leave Earth. They were satisfied with what they had seen, a primitive world ripe for conquest, with humans who would make good workers in Imperial mines. Little did they know that in 1 week, the USS Blackstar would silently follow them through the stars, carrying humanity's response to Imperial threats. It wasn't submission. It wasn't even resistance. It was the beginning of a revolution that would shake the foundations of the Galactic Empire. Captain June Lee sat in the command chair of the USS Blackstar, watching the Imperial ships enter Earth's solar system. 6 large destroyers surrounded a massive command cruiser. They moved with confidence, certain that Earth would bow to their show of force. They're broadcasting their message to every country, said Communications Officer Suyun. Her fingers moved quickly across her control panel. They say we must accept Imperial control or face immediate attack. Captain June nodded calmly. Just as Admiral Park predicted. Is everyone ready for our first real mission? His crew, the best people Earth could provide, all confirmed they were ready. Chief Engineer Day Park looked up from his station with a thumbs up. The quantum displacement drive is ready, Captain. They won't see us leave. Earth sent a message back to the Empire that seemed like surrender. Meanwhile, the Blackstar quietly left its hidden base on the far side of the moon. When Captain June gave the order, Engineer Day activated the special drive. The stars on the viewscreen blurred, then changed position. The Blackstar had moved through space in a way the Empire's technology couldn't detect. The ship had partially shifted out of normal space for a brief moment, a feat the Empire believed impossible. 3 days later, the Blackstar appeared at the edge of the Alpha Centauri system. This star system had been one of the first places the Empire took over when they came to this part of the galaxy. Lieutenant Un Choi studied the information coming in from the ship's sensors. Her face grew serious as she worked. Captain, I'm finding prison camps on the third planet, she reported. And I've decoded some of their messages. She paused. They're planning to fully invade Earth in 3 months. This show of force was just the beginning. Captain June studied the screen showing the Imperial ships in the system. One large ship, a dreadnought called the Subjugator, was orbiting the third planet, watching over the prison camps. Then we need to send them a message, June said firmly. Plot a course to that dreadnought. It's time to show the Empire that humans aren't as weak as they think. The Blackstar moved silently through the system, completely hidden from Imperial sensors. It approached the massive dreadnought, which was 15 times larger than the Earthship. Weapons ready, Captain, reported Tactical Officer Jean Lee. EMP targeted at their main systems. Fire, ordered Captain June. The Blackstar fired a precise electromagnetic pulse that washed over the Imperial ship. The massive dreadnought suddenly went dark, all its systems disabled. Emergency lights flickered on, but the ship was powerless, drifting in space. No casualties detected, Jean confirmed. Their life support is still working on backup power. Open a channel, Captain June ordered. Sue established communication with the Imperial ship. The face of an angry Imperial commander appeared on screen. This is Captain June Lee of the USS Blackstar, Earth Defense Force, June said calmly. We could have destroyed your ship, but we chose not to harm your crew. Remember this mercy when you report back to your leaders. The Imperial commander shouted threats, but Captain June cut the transmission. Captain, called Sue suddenly. I'm receiving a message from the planet's surface. It's not on Imperial channels. A new face appeared on screen, not an Imperial, but a being with blue skin and large eyes. Greetings, Earthship, the alien said. I am Lono of the Centauri Resistance. We have monitored what you did to the Imperial ship. We have fought the Empire for generations with little success. May we speak with you? Captain June was surprised but nodded. Of course. We share a common enemy. Over the next few hours, the crew of the Blackstar learned about the Empire's true nature. They had conquered thousands of worlds, enslaved countless species, and stripped planets of resources. The resistance forces had fought back but had never been able to truly hurt the Empire. Your ship can do what we thought impossible, Lono explained. You can strike and disappear. You could help us free our people. Captain June thought carefully. His mission was to gather intelligence, not start a war. But the planned invasion of Earth changed everything. I need to consult with my leaders, he told Lono. But I believe Earth will want to help your resistance. We won't bow to tyrants, not on our world or any other. As the Blackstar prepared to return to Earth with this crucial information, Imperial ships began appearing in the system. Word of the Dreadnought's defeat had spread. The Empire was angry. More ships arriving, Captain, Jean reported. They're looking for us. Let them look, Captain June replied. Prepare for quantum displacement. We have what we came for, and more. Earth needs to know that this won't be a simple fight. It will be a war for freedom across the stars. The Imperial Dreadnought subjugator floated helplessly in space, all its systems shut down by the Blackstar's targeted electromagnetic pulse. The massive ship's emergency lights blinked weakly as its crew scrambled to restore power. Not a single crew member had died, but the message was clear: humans had technology that could disable Imperial ships at will. On the bridge of the Blackstar, Captain June looked at the stunned Imperial commander on the viewscreen. "Remember this, Mercy, when you report to your leaders," he said before cutting the transmission. "Captain, we're getting another signal," said Communications Officer Sue, surprised. "It's coming from the planet's surface, but it's not on Imperial channels." The screen showed a blueskin being with large eyes. "I am Lono of the Centauri Resistance. We saw what you did to the Imperial ship. We would like to meet with you." In the days that followed, Captain June made contact with resistance groups from the Centauri system. His ship, once meant only for reconnaissance, was becoming a symbol of hope. Admiral Hannah Park's orders from Earth were clear when they came through: the situation has changed. The Blackstar is authorized to assist resistance forces and disrupt Imperial operations. The Empire has shown its true intent. We must delay their invasion plans while Earth prepares. For the next 3 weeks, the Blackstar moved from system to system. It would appear suddenly, attack Imperial targets, and vanish before reinforcements could arrive. The ship freed 3 mining planets and disabled 5 Imperial vessels without losing a single crew member. On the bridge of the Blackstar, representatives from 7 different alien species gathered around the tactical table. Jean Lee, the ship's tactical officer, explained their success. "The key is not power, but unpredictability," she said. "Imperial weapons are set to specific energies. Our shields constantly change, making them impossible to break with normal attacks." A resistance leader with fur covering his body nodded. "We have fought them for many years without success. Yet in just weeks, your ship has done more damage than we could ever do." Captain June studied the star map showing Imperial supply routes. "We can't defeat the Empire with one ship. But we can show others it's possible to fight back." The resistance leaders agreed to form what they called the Shadow Alliance. The Blackstar would provide technology and training to resistance cells, while gathering intelligence from across Imperial space. The Empire was quick to respond. Across all Imperial channels, the Blackstar was named the #1 target, the ghost ship that appeared and disappeared at will, disrupting supply lines and freeing slave worlds. In the Grand Imperial Palace, the Emperor himself called for the High Council to meet. High Commander Vex, who had first visited Earth, was brought before them. "Explain how these primitives have produced such a vessel," demanded the Emperor. Vex had no answers. "They must have hidden their true technology, Your Majesty. I saw nothing in their facilities that suggested such capabilities." The Emperor's eyes narrowed. "You were deceived by primitives? This failure is unacceptable." Vex did not leave the chamber alive. Grand Admiral Zal took command of the hunt for the Blackstar. He ordered tracking stations placed throughout Imperial space. "This human ship must have a weakness," he told his captains. "Find it." Meanwhile, the Blackstar continued its campaign. In the Orion sector, it disabled an Imperial prison transport and freed 2,000 political prisoners. In the Taurus system, it destroyed an Imperial weapons factory. Each success brought more allies to the Shadow Alliance. "The ship is holding up well," Engineer Day told Captain June after 6 weeks of operations. "But we're pushing the quantum displacement drive harder than it was designed for. We'll need to return to Earth soon for maintenance." Captain June agreed. The mission had grown beyond their original orders, and the crew was tired. But before they could set course for home, Lieutenant Un detected a troubling transmission. "Captain, I've decoded Imperial orders," she said urgently. "They're gathering a fleet, 50 warships. They plan to attack Earth in 3 days." "Can we beat them there?" asked June. Day shook his head. "Not with the drive in its current state. We'd burn it out halfway." Captain June made a quick decision. contact all Shadow Alliance cells. We need every ship they can spare to meet at these coordinates. He pointed to a spot on the star map. We can't beat their fleet home, but we can hit them from behind when they attack. As the Blackstar prepared for battle, Imperial agents reported its movements to Grand Admiral Zal. The humans don't know we're aware of their ship's energy signature, he told the Emperor. When they follow our attack fleet, they'll find themselves outmatched. What neither the Empire nor the Blackstar knew was that this coming battle would change the balance of power in the galaxy forever. The Shadow War was about to become a full-scale conflict, with Earth at its center. Earth's orbital defense stations detected the Imperial fleet too late. 50 massive warships appeared suddenly near the moon, their weapons already powering up. The golden ships formed a half-circle around Earth, ready to attack. Admiral Hannah Park rushed into the Lunar Command Center, officers moving quickly around her as alarms sounded throughout the base. How did they get so close without warning? She demanded. They used a new kind of jump technology, a young officer explained. Our outer sensors didn't detect them until they were already in our system. Admiral Hannah looked at the large screen showing the Imperial ships. Each one was many times larger than anything Earth had built. The planet's defenses, a network of 20 orbital platforms, seemed tiny in comparison. We need the Blackstar, she told President Khan over the secure channel. But they're 3 systems away helping the resistance forces in. She was cut off by a tactical officer's shout. Admiral! Unknown ship appearing behind the Imperial fleet. Everyone in the command center watched as a familiar black ship suddenly appeared in the middle of the enemy formation. The USS Blackstar had returned just in time. On the Blackstar's bridge, Captain June gave quick orders. Target the closest Imperial cruisers. Use pulse weapons only. We need to confuse them, not destroy them. The black ship moved with impossible speed, disappearing and reappearing among the Imperial vessels. Each time it appeared, it fired precise shots that disabled targeting systems and engines, but avoided critical damage that would kill crews. The Imperial ships fired wildly, trying to hit the Blackstar. Many of their shots hit other Imperial ships instead. Confusion spread through their ranks. What is happening? Demanded the Imperial commander aboard the flagship. How can one ship move like that? His weapons officer had no answer. The Blackstar seemed to break all known laws of physics, appearing where it shouldn't be possible to go. On Earth, Admiral Hannah activated the planet's defense network. The orbital platforms began firing at the disorganized Imperial ships. These platforms had been secretly upgraded with technology developed from the Blackstar program. Focus fire on their command ships, Admiral Hannah ordered. The Blackstar is giving us an opening. For 3 hours, the battle raged around Earth. The Imperial fleet, meant to easily destroy the planet, found itself in chaos. 30 ships were disabled or destroyed, with the rest trying desperately to regroup and retreat. On the Blackstar's bridge, the crew worked with practiced efficiency despite their exhaustion. The ship had made an emergency jump across multiple systems to reach Earth in time, pushing its engines to their limits. Status report, Captain June ordered after another successful attack run. Minor damage to aft shield generators, reported Engineer Day from his station. Nothing I can't fix in a few hours. Tactical Officer Jean added, we've disrupted their formation completely. They're starting to retreat. Sure enough, the remaining Imperial ships were pulling back, jumping away into deep space as quickly as they could. Earth had won its first major battle against the Galactic Empire. As the Blackstar docked at the lunar base for repairs, the crew was welcomed as heroes. Admiral Hannah personally greeted Captain June when he stepped off his ship. You arrived just in time, she said. Without the Blackstar, we might have lost everything. Captain June looked tired but proud. We came as soon as we decoded their attack plans. The Shadow Alliance forces helped us push our engines beyond their normal limits to get here. What no one noticed during the celebration was a small, dark shape clinging to the Blackstar's hull. During the chaos of battle, an Imperial agent had managed to attach a special tracking device to the ship, one specifically designed to follow it even through its dimensional shifts. In a secret Imperial base at the edge of the galaxy, Grand Admiral Zell received the signal from the tracking device. "We have them," he told the Emperor via hologram. "The device is working perfectly. We can follow the Blackstar wherever it goes now." The Emperor's holographic face showed rare satisfaction. "Prepare the Dominion. When the humans think they are safe, we will destroy their precious ship and their world with it." The Dominion was the Empire's greatest weapon, a planet killer 20 kilometers long with enough firepower to reduce a world to molten slag. It had never been defeated in battle and was the Emperor's personal flagship. Back on Earth, celebrations continued. News of the victory spread hope across the planet. Humans had stood against the mighty Empire and won. No one suspected that the Empire was already planning its revenge. On the Blackstar, as repairs continued, Lieutenant Un was the first to notice something strange in the sensor readings. "Captain," she called to June as he inspected the engine room. "I think you should see this. There's something odd attached to our hull." The Imperial superweapon Dominion moved through space like a city-sized predator hunting its prey. 20 kilometers long, its black and gold hull bristled with weapons that could destroy planets. It had never been defeated in battle. Now it chased the USS Blackstar relentlessly, following the tracker's signal across the stars. Captain June Lee stood on the bridge of the Blackstar, looking at the tactical display showing the massive Imperial ship behind them. For 3 weeks, they had barely stayed ahead of their pursuer. The tracking device had been removed from their hull, but not before it had transmitted their position to the Empire. "They're still following us," Tactical Officer Jean reported, her voice tired after weeks of constant alerts. "No matter what tricks we try, they stay on our trail." Captain June studied the star charts carefully. His eyes stopped on a colorful cloud of gas near the edge of the galaxy. "The Cerulean Nebula," he said quietly. "That's where we make our stand." The Cerulean Nebula was famous for being unstable, a massive cloud of reactive gases that could ignite with enough energy. The Blackstar changed course and headed straight for it. "Are you sure about this, Captain?" Engineer Day asked when June explained his plan. "If we're caught in there when it ignites." "We won't be," Captain June assured him. "But the Dominion will." When the Blackstar entered the nebula, the Dominion followed without hesitation. Inside the colorful clouds, visibility dropped to almost nothing. The Blackstar began a complex series of maneuvers, appearing and disappearing using its quantum displacement drive. Each time it reappeared, it would fire a quick shot at the Dominion, then vanish again. On the Dominion's bridge, Grand Admiral Zell grew frustrated. "Fire all weapons. Full power. Don't let them escape again." The massive Imperial ship fired in every direction, hoping to hit the elusive Earth vessel. But the Blackstar wasn't trying to escape anymore, it was carefully positioning itself and the Dominion. Each wild shot from the Imperial ship ignited small parts of the nebula, creating a chain reaction that gradually surrounded the Dominion. Captain June watched from the edge of the nebula as their plan worked perfectly. The Dominion was now trapped in a growing sea of fire, unable to move without igniting more of the nebula. "Now, Sue," he ordered his communications officer. "Broadcast the transmission package. Full spectrum, all Imperial frequencies." Lieutenant Su Yun pressed the final command, sending the signal they had prepared. Across thousands of worlds controlled by the Empire, normal communications were suddenly hijacked. Citizens throughout Imperial space saw real evidence of terrible things their leaders had done: the prison camps, the destroyed worlds, the enslaved species. And they saw the mighty Dominion, the symbol of Imperial power, trapped and helpless. The Blackstar moved into view of the Dominion, hovering just beyond the edge of the fiery nebula. It fired a single, precise shot, not at the Imperial ship, but at a specific point in the gas clouds. The shot created a safe corridor through the flames. "We are not like you," Captain June transmitted to the Dominion. "We do not kill those who can no longer fight. This path will stay open for 30 minutes. Use it to evacuate your crew." Grand Admiral Zell stared at the screen in disbelief. "They're showing us mercy? After all this?" Escape pods began launching from the Dominion, flying through the corridor to safety. The Grand Admiral was the last to leave his ship before the nebula fully ignited, consuming the Dominion in a brilliant explosion visible across that sector of the galaxy. Within days, reports came in from across Imperial space. Planet after planet declared independence from the Empire. The Shadow Alliance emerged from hiding, coordinating a massive liberation effort. The Blackstar wasn't just a ship anymore, it was a symbol of hope for the oppressed. The Empire didn't fall completely, it was too big for that, but its unquestioned rule was over. Humanity had given the galaxy something it had lacked for thousands of years, proof that the Empire could be defeated. On the observation deck of the Blackstar, Captain June stood with his senior officers, looking out at the stars. "What happens now, Captain?" asked Communications Officer Sue. June smiled slightly. "Now the real work begins. We need to build something better than what the Empire created." The Blackstar turned toward Earth, its mission changed from survival to leadership. As it moved through space, ships from a dozen freed worlds joined it, the first fleet of what would soon be known as the Galactic Confederation. From the Imperial Palace, the Emperor watched reports of systems declaring independence. For the first time in his long life, he felt fear. A single ship from a planet he had dismissed as primitive had changed everything. "Find me that ship," he ordered his remaining commanders. "Find me that captain." But the Blackstar was already gone, moving through the stars with its new allies, leaving a trail of freedom in its wake.